Congratulations on making it to week 4 of Hit at Home. I'm super proud of you guys for making it this far. That just means that you're going to kill these workouts even harder, knowing that this is the last week, your final week of your HIIT workouts. So this one is going to be a little bit more complex when it comes to the intervals. Instead of rotating through the exercises and resting when you finish all of them, this interval is called Tabata. Some of you might have heard it or done Tabata before, but basically it means that you're going to work for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, and repeat that cycle but on one movement. Once you've repeated that cycle 8 times or for 4 minutes, then you rest and move on to the next exercise, never going back to the first exercise. So you just stay on one movement over and over and over again, really fatiguing the muscles, working hard, and then you're finished with that and you just move on to the next exercise. So for more details, you can go on Trainerize, but we're just going to go over the movements for now. You guys are going to have a single arm kettlebell swing, crunch seesaws, box jumps or step ups, and then we're going to finish with a push-up. So let's start with the single arm kettlebell swings. So we can take our moderate weight kettlebell or heavier kettlebell, and instead of doing both hands on the kettlebell like usual, we're going to put one hand on the kettlebell and swing. I'm making sure that the kettlebell is in the middle of my body, my other arm is out for support. So I'm just going up to about eye level, forehead level. Okay? Now from the other angle, I'll switch arms too. You can see I'm shifting back, weight in my heels, my chest stays up, my knees are just soft, and then I squeeze my butt hard, propelling the kettlebell forward and up. Keeping my chest up, not rounding. And you notice that when I'm doing this, I'm doing a really strong squeeze. I'm straightening my legs, engaging my quad. This is where all the power is coming from. So again, I sit my butt back, squeeze. That's going to propel the kettlebell up. There's 2 ways you can do this. You can stay on one side for 20 seconds, then go on the other side for 20 seconds, or if you want to get really fancy, you can alternate. And that way we can switch in the air. So when the kettlebell is at its weightless point, we just switch arms. Now it does take some practice, but it is going to be easier to do that rather than staying on one arm the whole 20 seconds. So you find out what works best for you, and if this is just overwhelming, stay with both hands and work on the normal kettlebell swing. Now I'm out of breath, but we're going to move on to the next one, the crunch seesaws. So we're going to get down on our mat. I'm going to sit up really tall on my butt. Notice my back isn't rounded. I'm super, super upright. I'm going to place my fingertips on the ground while I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back together. All right, so this is our starting position. My knees are bent. I'm going to crunch in and then extend out. Notice my arms slide. They're just here for support, and my heels are hovering. They're not touching the ground. Crunch in, extend. Crunch in, extend. So just a few things to think about for that one. If we don't have the core strength, that's okay. We can find modifications, but don't try and do it if it doesn't feel right. If you're starting to feel it in your lower back, if you're just like confused, move on to the modification. But if you really want to work it, think about what we're doing. We're crunching in here, staying really tall, shoulders back. As I lean back, my arms move out to the side and my legs extend. And I'm keeping a hollow position here. So if I were to roll back, I just pop right up. Okay? And then we come in. The next modification would be placing my hands on the ground, leaning back, and just extending my legs and coming back in. Legs, come back in. My upper body really isn't moving that much. I'm just mostly using my legs. And yes, you're going to feel this in your quads. That's okay. Next modification would be to keep your toes on the ground, lean back, shoulders back, hands on the ground, and just to extend and down. Extend, down. All right, it's still work to stay in this position. Or we can even go up, tap, up, tap. Find something that really works for you, that you can feel your core engaging, feel your quads, feel your whole body working hard without compromising form. The next one is going to be a box jump. So you can take a stool, a sturdy chair, or if you have stairs in your house, use a step, or on your front porch. Anything that's kind of a nice, sturdy, high-level step. So we're going to start with our feet on the ground. This is a short step for me, but that's okay. Use our hands, come back, jump, stand up, straighten our legs, step back down. Up, stand, back down. Up, stand, back down. Okay, making sure that at the top, we extend. We can do this, like I said, on a chair, a sturdy chair, preferably, or a stair, or a couch, or anything else. And if you're just not comfortable jumping yet, that's okay. We can still step up and alternate. And I would say if you're going to do this, let's make it harder. Add some weights. You can hold them at your side or hold them up here. Make it difficult. It's only 20 seconds that you're working. And the last one is going to be push-ups. We all know push-ups well, but let's just go over them briefly. We want to get in our perfect plank position. Hands underneath shoulders, elbow pits point forward, butt is tucked in under. We lower our chest, it touches the ground, elbows point back, and we extend. Down, extend. Modification, just lower my knees to the ground, chest still hits, and up. Not half push-ups. We're not going to do half push-ups like here or out here, okay? All the way down, all the way up. Another modification would be going against a chair or a wall. We can come here, lower and push up, or even something taller like the side of the chair. So that is your first interval workout for your last week of HIIT at home. And for more details, you guys can log on TrainerS.